You know, when you think about owning a piece of the Golden State, it sounds like a total fantasy, right? Something for the rich and famous. But what if I told you that you could actually plant your flag in California for less than the price of a new car? Well, today we're going to uncover the top 10 regions where you can find land for under $50,000. I know what you're thinking when you see this question. No way, not in California. But believe it or not, the answer is a big, surprising yes. And we're about to show you exactly how.
Seriously, this isn't some fantasy. For anyone who's willing to look past the super crowded coastlines and into the real heart of the state, the dream of owning California land is way more affordable than you'd think. So let's start the journey. To really get your head around this opportunity, you have to kind of shift your perspective. You have to look away from the coast and turn your eyes toward the state's huge, undeveloped interior. That's where the real value is hiding. I mean, look at this. This is the reality of California real estate in a nutshell. You've got millions of dollars for a house near the coast, or if you know where to look, you can get entire parcels of land for under 50 grand. It's a completely different world, and that's exactly where the opportunity is. Now, take a look at this number. We're talking $7,500 to $10,000. That's the statewide average price per acre. Now, keep that number in your head because a lot of the deals we're about to show you come in way below that. We're talking incredible value. So where exactly is all this affordable land? Well, think of the next few slides as your own personal treasure map. We're about to go on a tour of the 10 best regions to find these deals, starting way up in the remote north and making our way down. First stop, California's remote northeast. Over in Modoc County, you're looking at true off-grid homesteading territory, surrounded by these vast forests. Then you have Siskiyou, which has these rugged, timber-rich lots that are just perfect for a little recreational cabin. And for all you savvy investors out there, check out Lassen. Its wide-open high desert has some really fascinating geothermal potential, which could make it a really smart long-term energy play. Okay, moving a little closer to some northern hubs, we've got Shasta County. This area is an absolute steal. You can find fertile soil near lakes, and its flexible zoning is a huge deal. It often means way fewer headaches if you want to build a cabin, a tiny home, or even start a small farm. And yes, believe it or not, even in the iconic Humboldt County, you can find affordable spots tucked away in the redwood forests. Perfect for an eco-friendly retreat with river access. All right, now let's head to the famous high deserts. Kern County has some incredible deals, and it's still close enough to the big cities to be accessible. Then there's San Bernardino. Its landscapes with all those scenic boulders are like a magnet for artists and retirees. And if what you're after is just pure dramatic solitude with some of the most jaw-dropping views in the state, well, Inyo County is absolutely unparalleled. Our tour wraps up down south. Imperial County has some of the most budget-friendly land, period. It's driven by agriculture and solar, which means some of these parcels already have utility access, and that is a huge plus. And eastern Riverside County offers this great mix of rural charm, but with urban proximity, making it a prime spot for small ranches or even solar projects. Okay, so finding the land is one thing, but buying it smart, that's the real key. This next section is your buyer's checklist. This is the essential homework you absolutely have to do before you even think about signing on the dotted line. These are the 4 big ones, the non-negotiables. First up, zoning and utilities. This is critical because it tells you what you can actually build and whether you'll have power and water. Second, access and terrain. Is there even a road to your property? And is the land flat enough for your plans? Third, market trends. You want to know if this is a sound investment for the future, right? And finally, financing. Always ask about owner financing. It's super common for these properties and can be a huge advantage. And let's just double back to that utilities point because this is really important for your budget. If a property doesn't have hookups, you have to factor in the cost of digging a well or installing a solar system. That can add anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 to your total cost, a detail you absolutely have to know about upfront. So, what about the investment side of things? Well, the data shows that the northern counties tend to offer that slow, steady appreciation. Think 3 to 5% a year. The desert properties, on the other hand, might offer a quicker resale potential as cities keep expanding outwards. And like we said, owner financing is super common, which makes these deals so much more accessible to everyday people. So, we've covered the where, the why, and the how. Now, the conversation really turns back to you. It's about taking all this information and figuring out how it fits into your own vision, your own California dream. And look, the experts are pretty clear on this.
Now is the time to be exploring these opportunities. With more remote workers and investors getting interested, that window to grab these under $50,000 parcels, it's not going to stay open forever.
The opportunities are definitely out there. So whether you're dreaming of an off-grid cabin, a little farm, a weekend campsite, or maybe just a smart long-term investment, the real question is, what would you do with your own affordable slice of the Golden State? The possibilities are as vast and open as the California landscape itself.